Australia is a country full of foodies, even in the Outback. Some of the most popular menu items: barramundi, a tasty, substantial fish. Locals are also big on buffalo, a rich but lean meat. For adventurous eaters, there's crocodile, cooked creatively. Plain crocodile meat is surprisingly bland. And last but not least, kangaroo. It's commonplace in the Outback, making Australia the only country where people willingly eat their national emblem.
Welcome back to Undiscovered Australia. We're in Parup right now for the Parup Market. I'm going to tell you what's so special about this place in just a minute. But you know Australians have an adventurous spirit, and apparently you adopt that when you arrive in this country. That is the only way we can explain what Kim Holcomb is about to do, as she allows herself to be lowered into a tank with a 2-ton crocodile.
They're Northern Australia's most notorious natives, and 300 of them live on a downtown city street inside Crocosaurus Cove. One of the wildest wildlife parks in the world.
No famous last words?
Good luck.
Thank you.
Nice knowing you.
This is the Cage of Death, and if the name doesn't build confidence, neither will the obvious teeth marks from previous encounters. Thick plexiglass was all that would separate me from an 80-year-old giant named Houdini.
Holy cow, what am I doing?
The most terrifying part is being slowly lowered in and realizing you're eye to eye with a dinosaur. Within moments, two things became clear: the size of Houdini's teeth and my inability to hold my breath longer than 10 seconds because of the size of those teeth. But as it turned out, Houdini wasn't in the mood to work his magic. Even my best efforts to get his attention were largely ignored. But he did patiently pose for pictures until my 15 minutes in the cage were up. And in the end, I found myself wishing for just a little more time.
They actually ran into me. I feel a little dejected. That was awesome.
Holy cow, the Cage of Death costs about 120 bucks. I think you might have to pay me that to do it. It looked like fun though. Glad Kim had a good time. Hey, we're taking you on another adventure, but this one is not in the water. It's high above it over Sydney Harbour. If you really want to see unforgettable views of Sydney, do it from new heights by climbing all the way up there where the flags fly on top of the Sydney Harbour Bridge.
So you've got 360-degree views of this beautiful city of Australia.
But first, you need to sign on, suit up, and harness in for what was recently rated one of the world's top 10 biggest adrenaline rushes.
So just watch your head coming through there.
Mel Duane is an experienced leader
Good job. Well done.
who never tires of taking tourists right to the top.
I've been here for about 11 years now, so I've had the privilege of walking to the top of this bridge about 4,000 times.
Plenty of adventurers make this climb every day. If you're 10 years or older, you can do it. So it's kind of hard to chicken out.
It's not dangerous. As you can see, we're about to walk onto the widest part of the arch, and it is a staircase to get to the top of the bridge, so it's very, very easy. How close are we to the top? We are very, very close to the top, yes.
So while these final steps to the summit are not exhausting,
Let's do it.
they will take your breath away.
Beautiful, isn't it? So you've pretty much got a 60-kilometre radius around us out here, all the way out, of course, to the Tasman Sea and the Pacific Ocean. And if we were in a building right now, we'd be on about the 35th floor.
440 feet above cars and boats where those flags fly. Now, there are different tours available depending upon how much time you want to spend on that bridge above Sydney Harbour, but each one costs around $200. Well, as I mentioned, the Parup Market is the place to be on a Saturday if you're visiting Darwin. It's definitely an international market with all kinds of different nationalities represented. There's particularly an Asian flair since Darwin is closer to Indonesia than Alice Springs, and you can pick up your typical market fare from tropical fruit to handmade products and, of course, lots of food. But also each vendor must be unique. You can visit the Parup Market every Saturday throughout the year.
The safest way to explore the Outback is with a trained guide. But be warned, the charming ones might convince you to do some strange things. Kim's guide, Sab, told her about an Aboriginal remedy for sore throats, eating green ants. After a lot of prodding, he got her to try it.
You got to do it for me here in Australia. Now put it in your mouth. That's it, girl.
She may never live that moment down, but she hasn't had a cold since.
Can I spit it out now?
Yeah.
Still ahead, luxury in the middle of nowhere, and a look at Australia's top-end beauty. Staying in the Outback doesn't have to mean roughing it. The newest lodge in Australia's Northern Territory is nothing short of luxurious. Wildman Wilderness Lodge is equipped with private bungalows, a full dining room and bar, and dozens of wallabies just outside the front doors. Trained guides are on hand to take visitors out to the nearby wetlands for sightseeing. But with all these amenities, you might be tempted to just stay in.
Before we go tonight, I'd like to show you something. It's not at all uncommon to see a whole bunch of wallabies and kangaroos. Look at them standing up out there. They're just out in the wild, hanging out here in Australia. We've had great encounters with some birds and crocodiles as well, but check out the whipray. I'm with Adam Yates and we're at the Ulu Sandbar. There's so many interactive things to do here. At my feet are whiprays, and we're going to be feeding them. Adam, tell me about whiprays.
Okay, freshwater whiprays are a poorly understood fish up here in the top end. So this is a girl, this one.
Oop.
She's our second largest ray in here.
Here comes the baby. Can I give the baby a try? Come here. You say they're in the stingray family, so can they sting or bite?
Absolutely. This is the piece of equipment they use to defend.
Oh my Lord! So they bite you, stab this?
Yeah, it's in the base of their tail,
Okay.
right in the thick part of the tail. It lays flat against that tail. When a predator comes in, they lift it up and they sort of jab with it.
All in all, just one incredible adventure after another. Thank you so much for joining us for Undiscovered Australia. Good night from Down Under.
Travel support provided by Qantas Airways, with daily flights to Australia featuring outstanding service, premium food and wine, and the finest in international travel aboard the A380 aircraft. Go to Qantas.com to plan your visit. Enjoy the journey.